Hey guys! Today what I'm going to be doing, well, what I just did was I just went to physical therapy and came back. For those of you who have been following the series, I tore my ACL I had surgery about 8 months ago. So just been working on that, and more like 7 months ago, but still, just been working on that, and I had physical therapy this morning, and I'm gonna get back, and I'm gonna get to doing some calls. So basically, calling some local businesses here in Houston, and hopefully getting some appointments and hopefully some closes. Also, for those of y'all who have been following the series, one of the other appointments that I set last week is very, very likely to close, and it's going to close on the highest package that we have. So I have like a 22% of whatever they close for. So we'll see. I think the second call is booked for next week on Wednesday. So I'll keep you guys updated on that deal, and also a couple other deals that are like, oh, the people are like, oh, maybe I'll buy, maybe I'm not, and they're kind of like iffy. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yesterday I did follow-ups. So I'll keep you guys posted on how those go. But follow-ups is something that you just got to keep doing. I don't know if you guys know this, and I've said this in other videos as well, but 80% of sales come from 5 follow-ups or more. So just got to keep doing those follow-ups. So with that being said, I'm going to get to calling right now, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done with that. Hey guys, so I just finished calling, and basically I spoke with more people today than the other days, which is I guess a plus. But I did book in one appointment. I only called for maybe a few hours. And then I also, spoke with some other leads and some people that I had talked to a few weeks ago, or like when I first started. So that was really good. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously, like in sales, you don't want to assume that anything's going to close, but I'm pretty sure 2 or 3 people are really close to closing. Especially one guy, I'm really, really like pretty confident in the fact that I think he's going to close. So with that being said, I'm going to close out the calling for the day today. It is a little bit in the afternoon, and I'm going to go out to the fields right now and just go knock the ball around a little bit. I haven't been doing it that much just because I'm having some pain in my calf, but now that's kind of gone away a little bit, so I'm going to go back out to the fields and kind of knock the ball around. And then after that, I'm likely going to put together like more of the list. I kind of want to show you guys kind of how I do that and the process behind that, because finding someone that's a good fit for our agency is kind of difficult. Sometimes it's difficult. It can be easy, it can be difficult, right? So with that being said, I'm going to go to the fields, and then I'll let you guys know what happens after that. Okay guys, so I just got back from the fields, and I kind of want to show you guys how I'm building out lists and how I scrape my leads. A lot of it's by hand, but for the most part, I mean, I have tools that I use to scrape, just using automations and that sort of thing. But recently I've just been sticking to doing a lot of the manual stuff, especially the reason for that is because at these times where it is a little bit later, when it's a little bit, I don't have much else to do besides build out a list or record content or something like that. I just use the time to kind of scrape and get quality leads. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tutorial on like some of the different methods that I use and some of the stuff that we use here at one of the companies that I'm working for to get leads, right? So let's get right into it. All right, guys. So one of the main ways that I get leads is, and if anybody's ever done cold calls before, basically it's just Google Maps, right? And some of the tricks that I can show you guys with Google Maps that I personally use is, so let's just say, hypothetically, we're looking for, I don't know, dentists, right? So then what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if you guys can see the search thing. You guys probably can't. But what you're going to do is type in dentist in whatever area you're looking for, right? So just like in the general area, like for me, it's Houston. Look up dentist, and then you're going to put a zip code. So for the sake of this, just put 77084. Now, that zip code, when you search it, it's just going to pull up all the ones in this tiny zip code. Now, I'm sure you guys can see that they're all in this one little tiny zip code. So what you're going to be able to do is just divide it up and kind of tackle little areas of the city by doing that, right? And, this is good also because you get to see who is ranked really high on SEO in their area. The reason that that's important is because if you're offering SEO services, you don't want to go up to a business that already has high SEO and amazing SEO. Like, you don't want to do that, right? So you're going to want to scroll down to lower on this list, maybe second page, third page, and start seeing what people are in need of your services, right? For us, it's SEO. For other people, it's other things, right? Okay, the other method that I utilize to get clients, or not get clients, but get leads, is Facebook. And the reason I like Facebook more than maybe your Instagram or any other platform like that is because you can actually see phone numbers on Facebook. So like right here, I looked up roofing in Houston, and I literally looked up Houston roofing to search that in. And then you want to go to pages. I mean, you can look at groups and you can join groups and see, contractors and that sort of thing. I've tried that before. That's all right. But if you look at pages, you're gonna see for the most part businesses, right? Let's just one with Houston Roofing and Gutters. Now, the best thing about this is that you get to see everything about the business, right? So if they have a web page, you're gonna find it. If they, their email, that sort of thing, you're gonna find it. But you're also gonna get a phone number, and this is great because you're gonna be able to take this and literally just dial this number off of here, right? And obviously, like if I were to want to look for the owner's name or that sort of thing, I can literally just Google the company and find the owner's name. So that would be another method that we use to get leads. Now, the last method that we use to get leads is called, it's Leads Gorilla, right? And I mean, if you guys are familiar, it's just another lead site that we utilize. And you kind of look for, Google businesses or Facebook leads on here, and it'll just generate a report with businesses that kind of match your criteria. I won't go too into detail with this because this obviously is a paid tool. So I'll just kind of show you guys that it is something that we do use. Another one that we also use is Seamless. I'm not sure. Let's see, Seamless AI. Oh, I need the login and all that. But I've used Seamless a lot before, and I'm not a big fan of it. It's all right, but I honestly I don't feel the need, especially when you have tools like Google Maps and Facebook Leads, that you don't really even need to do all the extra stuff with that Seamless does, right? Um, and a lot of times when I'm calling, I don't even need the owner's name. It's interesting that a lot of people find the value in doing that, and I do too. Like, I understand the value of like being able to say their name, but a lot of times, and most of my meetings that I've booked, I don't even know the owner's name when I'm calling, right? So that's kind of the main value of Seamless and also targeting the owner's personal cell. And especially if you're targeting like bigger businesses, that could be really helpful, right, for you. For me, it's not. I'm calling business owners who obviously are in a point where they want to develop their business. So I'm not going to be calling a bunch of people that have a bunch of receptionists, and maybe they do, right? But for the most part, I'm reaching people that are picking up the phone and are taking the calls themselves. Now, the last thing that I use to get leads, and I don't really use this that much, honestly, is LinkedIn. If you guys are familiar with LinkedIn, it's pretty much, the one of the easiest ways to kind of like connect with people and that sort of thing. I'm not too familiar with it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. Obviously, it's a tool you can connect with people and that sort of thing. I mean, you kind of need to have a LinkedIn. It helps to look more professional, and it'll help you especially like when you are looking if you are looking to transition to like a setter role or a closer role, it is really helpful to have a LinkedIn. Especially like if you guys are starting on your journey, this will help. But yeah, you can also look for leads on here. Look for like, obviously you can search, and a lot of people will pop up. Roofing, dentists, whatever you're looking for, whatever for your social media marketing, for whatever it is, it's easy to connect with people on here, right? There's another site I've also used. It's called Alignable. I'm not a big fan of it. Very similar to LinkedIn in my opinion, but hey, I mean, if you're getting results with it, it's definitely worth like a look. Definitely take a look at it. But I've never, I haven't put the time into it to tell you guys that it's worth the time or not worth the time for that matter. So yeah, that'll do it for like this section of like how I get my leads. I know it's like a mini tutorial in one of these day in the life videos, but I was like, I don't feel like I've been providing enough value in these, so I'm like, let's just put this together, and hopefully you guys that are watching are like, oh, this is someone helpful, right? One last thing that I wanted to mention is that I actually have a scraper for Google, and you can basically set it up yourself for a lot of different sites. This is it's called Bargain. It's free. You guys can make like a free trial account and kind of use it. So definitely take a look at that. I won't show you guys like how to make this. It's fairly simple. You guys can do a little research on your own and kind of figure out how to use it. But for the most part, you just kind of use the automations that they have, and it'll give you a list with a bunch of businesses from Google, from Facebook, from if you're using another site like House or Angie's List or something like that, and you'll be able to scrape there. But that's just kind of how I get my leads. If you guys, have any questions with that, or want me to make a separate video for that matter, I can totally do that. I know you guys can't really see the screen that well, but I think it's pretty valuable. And I will, if you guys are watching this and you're like, man, I really wish he elaborated a little more. He kind of gave me a single video where he shows me everything. Put that in the comments. I'll make it happen. So yeah. Okay. Before I close out the video, I kind of just want to give you guys a little bit of a reflection of what I've done today, as I normally do. So today, my friend left this morning, so just went to go have some breakfast with him, and then had PT. For some reason, physical therapy just knocks me out. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just get exhausted right after. But then after that, I basically did some calls, spoke with some people, connected some people in terms of like the people that I'm working with. So just, call and speaking with people for that matter. And then after that, I went to the fields and, just knocked the ball around, got a run in. It was good. It was good. To kind of get back out there and get back into the groove of things after I haven't done it for like a week or so. So after that, just came back home and started to put together a list, which is obviously what I showed you guys how I'm doing it. And yeah, that's kind of the day. I also recorded some content somewhere in between there, if you guys missed it, but I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but somewhere in between there, I've been recording content and laying out framework for content, which, I mean, you guys, obviously, like, I talk a lot about what I've been doing with content, but you guys aren't seeing it yet. So the reason for that is that'll be coming out in like a month or so. And literally it'll have like all this stuff that I kind of want to talk about and show you guys. So I'm excited for that. And it'll be more styled videos like today, right? Like where we're doing like, oh, I'll show you how to do this or show you how to do that for that matter, right? So yeah, that'll do it for today's video. And I mean, today was a all right day. I think we could work a little harder to reach the goals that we want to get to, but I think we're on a good pace. I feel like now is when I'm going to start seeing results in terms of like the calls I've been doing. And I mentioned that in the very beginning of the video. I'm like, I don't expect to see results until 2 to 3 weeks in. And I truly mean that, right? So this is day 14, I believe. So now is when I expect to see some results. Now is when I start to expect to see it ramping up, right? And I think it will. I think it will. So with that being said, I will close out the video for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.